everyone and welcome to a new video. Today I'm starting another reading vlog and I am gonna read books that was sent to me by a publisher for the first time. So obviously I have gotten like arcs and stuff before because I have talked about it and unboxed them on my channel. Those were mostly sent to me by my friend Justine in the States, so like she got them for me, or like other books I gotten like through NetGalley, which like anyone could access. This time I was actually contacted by Penguin Random House to ask if I wanted to read some of their titles. So this was Penguin Random House C, so South Asia branch, and I got sent 3 books physically from them and then one that was on ARC. So the one that is an ARC I'm gonna read on my Kindle, and that is the one I'm gonna start on today. I want to say I want to read 1 book a day. We are now on the 1st of November, so it is a Tuesday, and if I read 1 book a day, we will finish this vlog by Friday, but realistically I think not until Sunday because work is ruining my life. My reading life at least, but it is giving me life because I'm getting money. So I'm very excited. So I'm like titling this vlog, as I just said, like books sent from a publisher for the first time, and I feel really cool, and it's always like been a dream to receive books from a publisher for me, and it happened, and now I feel like now I achieved what I wanted, so I can quit YouTube now. Bye! So the book I'm starting with, I'm trying to get to the front page here, it's struggling, is The End of All Skies by Vincent C. Sales. So I'm gonna start this today. I have read the synopsis for these books, but I have ultimately forgotten them now. So I'm just gonna read it, obviously tell you afterwards what it's about and my thoughts. It is, I think, 250 pages. I don't think it's that thick. Is it 250 pages? Am I lying to you? Guys, it's hard to, you can't see pages on a Kindle, right? So I'm gonna check. 256 pages. But I am also going to work, so I don't think I will be able to finish it before work, and I don't think I will be able to finish it after work because then I will be lazy. So we shall see. I do want to get back to like really good reading though this month, so I want to say I will finish it 1 book a day, but we shall see what happens. All of them are pretty short though, so there's that. But also I feel like they will be harder to read because it is more fiction than like what I'm used to, I guess. But also I love reading, you know, different kinds of Asian fiction if you've been here for a while, different kind of genres, like even if it's fiction or fantasy or whatever. So I'm excited to see like what these will hold, because I feel like they will be a bit different from what like I usually pick up. So I'm very excited. I hope you will enjoy this vlog and also maybe get recommendations if these are good or not. You shall see. I will update you when I have more to say. And I hope you enjoy this vlog. Hello! I realized yesterday I didn't upload this vlog. It's because I didn't read until like 1 AM because I just didn't read. I went to work, I went home, I watched stuff, and then I read in bed. And I started my book. I read 100 pages of this guy's thing. Title forgotten in this again. It's because I'm going to work, so I'm stressed in this clip. I literally like don't know what I think about it. It's like we're in the city and we have like 2 gods that say that city is going to be destroyed, and another one is like, no, it's not going to happen. The other one is like, yes, it will, man will destroy it. Then we have like a billion other point of views. Some are going to take down the sultan, one is going to become the sultan, and then the other one is like some are working against it. Like literally I think we have 10 point of views right now. I wrote the list down and I will like talk more properly about it when I finish the book, but I'm just like, why do we have 10 point of views? What is going on? It's like a 250 page book. We don't need 10 point of views. But basically, some people are taking out the sultan because he has killed like the family of someone, and other people are like, some are trying to stop it. At least someone's trying to stop the giant that is coming to the city because the giant killed his family. And then we have like the gods who's like betting on what's gonna happen. And then like some of them are also the children of some of the gods. And like it sounds fascinating, but it's also really confusing because there's a lot of characters. I wrote down every single name. I had to like write what they were in the settings. I remember who was who. We should see how it plays out. It's a 250 page book. I read 100 pages. Like it says I'm 50% in. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I'm not loving it, but it is interesting because it's really different. But it's also like really like scattered is my thoughts right now. So that is the first 100 pages. I will update you when I finish it. I'm gonna go to work. I don't know if I will get to read at work at all, but I will update you later when I finish it. So see you then. Hello! As you can see, it's really late and it's bad light, so I'm not gonna talk that long in this light. But I did finish All the Skies. Me forgetting the title for this book. The End of All Skies. I did finish that, but I finished it last night really late, and I guess I then didn't update this vlog because I didn't update it this morning because I forgot. And it was a weird book. I don't really see the point. There was many point of views, but I guess like the point was to like see different sides of the city and like their beliefs, etc. And then just stuff happened to the city and the book was over, and I was just like, okay, that's it. So I don't really know how I feel. I would give like 3 stars, I guess. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't like anything groundbreaking for me, but it wasn't like, it was fine. It was fine. But yeah, and then I also started the next book, for this vlog, which is not an ARC, like it's already released, but I got the copy from the publishers. So that is The House on Cala Sombra by Marga Ortigas, which is basically a set in the Philippines. And I currently like set in many different times. We follow like this family that kind of controls the island, or like not controls it, but have a lot of money and power on the island. Also like the occupation of different I was gonna say imperialist things. We have like Spain trying to get in, we have Japan trying to get in. Then we like jump in time a bit because we follow different perspectives here too, like many different ones. And then we also follow family and how like they start out, and then we actually jump some years, and then like we follow another point of view, jump some years. It's a bit confusing, but I got it. I read like on the way to my new job today, 56 pages. So I'm gonna try to read a bit more before bed, but I also need to go to work again tomorrow earlier than even today. So I cannot stay up that late. But I want to get like at least 100, but then I want to get to 200, but I know it's not gonna happen. That's like so far like what is like happening. Seems like to follow this family, and then like we have this house of home place, which is like this house, this kind of fortress that I was gonna say this family owns, but I like don't think it's a good family, since no, they're probably rich on illegal stuff. But yeah, it is interesting so far. I'm currently liking this much more than the NFL Skies. The NFL Skies was like really up in the skies, like really like they said and weird. And I said I wouldn't talk that long, but I haven't talking too long. But I guess like that was kind of the point as well. But it just felt for me not it, like what I wanted that kind of book. While here, it feels more grounded, like a kind of story I can follow. Obviously, the other one was more like fantasy-ish because like we had gods, etc., and supernatural things happening. While here, it's more like about the islands and like the people. So different things I brought up, you know, like that this family is really rich, privilege that this family has, and then also like the war and occupation, people like working against the people trying to get in, and then also there's like some religion difference, like we have one of our main characters is a Muslim, while a lot of the other ones are like Catholics. Interesting stuff. So yeah, I like don't have that many, it's only 56 pages. It's much thicker than I thought it would be. It's like almost 400 pages. I thought it was 200. I don't hate it so far, so we just see how I feel like how it's gonna play out, and I'll give you an update when I can. I'm trying not to forget, but life is a bit crazy. Today especially I had a double shift, but tomorrow I don't, so then we shall see if I get to read more. I want to finish this tomorrow. In theory I should have finished it before, but life has not gone with reading as I want to lately. So yeah, you shall see. And yeah, I'm gonna go and read, and then I'll see you sometime tomorrow. See you then. Okay, so I don't remember if it was last night or the day before I uploaded this, but I know the last time I uploaded I was like really late and I was going to bed, and I was talking about like me having, did I start this then? Or had I already read it? Anyway, I'm still in the middle of this. This is, by the way, such a heavy book. Considering 400 pages, it's just so heavy. It's like, it weighs as much as a hardback, just saying. But I'm not done yet. I'm on page 268. So I have like 120 pages left. And I'm going to try to read it back before going to sleep, because I am waking up early, but I want to finish this book because I don't want to take this on the subway one more time because it's heavy. So in my last clip, it's basically just follow this family in the Philippines over generations, not generations, but at least over like a couple of years. Like we literally started like in the 40s, around like the war times, and like going all the way up to ish present day. Follow this family, like they have a lot of power, they do stuff, they betray each other, their stuff, and like it's fine. I just kind of didn't like the time skipping, because like we literally can't skip like 10 years in like a passage, but then we like go to another point of view, and then we another time again, and then we go to another point of view, and we're kind of like now in present time, like we kind of all collected each other in present time. But in the beginning it was a lot of like skipping, and there's so many people in this family. I have no overview of them, and like yes, I could have written down the names, etc. I usually do that if there's too many characters, but there's literally like they have kids, and they all have 3 kids, and all the 3 kids have 3 kids each that all are married and have kids again. So I'm just like, please. And then like some of them are like have the same names, because there's like the third, the first, and whatever. I'm just like, I have no idea who you are anymore. When people reference their parents, I kind of know, like, oh yeah, my dad did this, and I'm like, okay, I kind of know who you are, but it's really confusing. And like I get like what the author's trying to do, but I'm also just like, I don't know, give me a family tree, because I'm literally confused. But there was kind of a reveal, because in the beginning you didn't know how all these people hung together, but now you kind of know how it all comes together. So I like that, because like you didn't know, and I thought it was interesting. And I guess I want to see, you know, how this concludes. But I think it's a bit messy. It's messy how the story is represented. I don't like the million point of views, as I said. And yeah, I'm gonna finish it now. I'm gonna try to give thoughts tomorrow morning, or else it will be later in the day. And then I'm gonna start my next book tomorrow as well, like on the subway, because I need to take the subway now to the library, and like I have like 20 minutes to read there, which is a long time. So I'm gonna like start that next book then for this vlog, so I will also talk about that, yeah, hopefully tomorrow morning when I finish this, and then I can say what the next book is, because I don't want to talk too long in this clip. Need to split it up, you know. I'm also too tired to this, but yeah, I hope you enjoy thoughts. Hello! It is the next morning, and I did finish last night The House on Cassandra. It wasn't really like it. It reminded me a tiny smidge of J City. Just that J City was, you know, one of my favorite books of all time. This was just like a bit messy, but it was okay. I think I gave me like 3 stars as well. That I did with the first book I read for this. So far, not like, oh my god, but some interesting books. So, the next one I'm reading for this vlog is A Photo in a Colony by Sandy Bray. And let's see what this has to offer us. This is set in Malaya. We shall see if I like it. Or they're traveling. Yes, they're traveling to Malaya. Let's see if I will like this. This is also much shorter. I don't know why I mentioned the length all the time. It does matter a bit. It's less heavy in my backpack. And I'm gonna start it today at the subway. It's not even a subway. It's actually called a rail train. But I just call it the subway. Either way. And it's gonna be a good time. I'm speaking it to reality. I'm gonna have a good time. So yeah, up to later. Wanna have more thoughts on that? You shall see me then. Hello, it is, I don't know, next day. Did I update this yesterday? I don't remember. But I did start the next book for this vlog yesterday, which I did mention. I thought in Conley by Sandy Bray. And this is, as I mentioned, like set in Malaya in 1956. We also have like several different timelines. It's like supposed to be like under the like many different things that happens in Malaya. Pre-partition, Bangle, between the Malayan emergency, direct action day, between stuff like that like is really important to history. Like stuff I will admit like I don't know much about, which like it is interesting to read, you know, of course, about fiction. And then yesterday I only got to like read 42 pages or something. And then I didn't read it for next stuff today. And then I was up way too late. But now I am on sprints in my living room, which I never do. But I decided to do today. And I feel like it was a good choice. So I'm doing like some sprints with my patrons. And then I finished this just now, like in the sprints. So like I want to finish it yesterday, but that didn't happen. But like I finished it today. So that's good. And honestly, I just feel I'm too stupid for this book. I don't know if it's like a me problem or it's just like the book is just something not written well enough for what it carries. I feel like it was just very confusing. I didn't know where we were in the story. I feel like all the important topics were just shoved in there kind of. It just wasn't well balanced for me. It wasn't an engaging story. I was kind of bored, and mostly just because it was written like really like vague and everywhere. I just feel like I was never engaged in the story and like couldn't fall in love with it. And it's really sad because I feel like it carried and like definitely followed a lot of important things, but I couldn't feel any of it. So ultimately, like, not great for me, which means like all the books in this is like so far not amazing, which I am sad but stuff happens, life. My favorite so far is The House on Cassandra, just because it has some parts where like I was invested in that family in that house. But ultimately, that was also a mess. Also, with jumping in timelines back and forth, and it was confusing. All of the books I've read for this has been like really vague and weird and like out there and just like written really like messily for me. At least I'm not used to it, where we are jumping back and forth in perspectives and timelines, and I just want like just settle down a bit. I don't even know how to describe it. Like usually, I can like do it, I feel like. But maybe it's just something to do with how these are written. Like, they're not it. For me, at least. Like, I'm not saying they're horrible. I'm just saying that, like, they lose me on the way. So there's that. So, yeah, I feel like I can't talk more about this because I didn't get more from it. And it makes me sad. And it's also kind of echoing in here. But there's lots of stuff in here. So it shouldn't be echoing. Like, my parents' house has lots of stuff. So it should be echoing. Don't even know what I would rate it. It just gave me nothing. I'm very disappointed because I enjoy, like, the first chapter. And then all the way in the beginning, when like we were traveling on a train, stuff happened there. Then just completely lost me in the middle. It's because I have 4 hours of sleep. I don't know. But it's just a story that like did not do anything for me. And maybe like other people disagree. Maybe it is a me problem because like maybe it carries, you know, much history that I'm not familiar with. So maybe again it's a me problem. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that one. Obviously I will like do a little wrap up in the end like I usually do. It's time to the last book for this vlog, and if I managed to finish today, I actually like managed to finish like in 6 days. There were 4 books, so I would want to have finished in 4, but I use 6 days because work, life. And The last one for this vlog is My American Sister by Judy Tham. And this one seems to follow two sisters that get separated. One of them gets adopted and stuff like that to, like, you know, it seems to say like to California, not California, San Francisco. I don't even know. From China. I am adopted from China. I have hopes that this will be the best one so far. Or just the best one, I mean, because it won't be more after this for this vlog. And again, you know, it was also sent, like, all of these 4 books altogether were sent from the same publisher at the same time. Like, one of them was sent to my Kindle, but you get the point. So I feel like this could be it, because, you know, I have another emotional attachment to the story. Talk more about it when I'm done, or if I don't get to finish it today, we shall see. But yeah, I'm still in sprints. I am dead tired, but I'm still going to read because I want to finish this today, because that was my plan, and I like to follow my plans, or else I get stressed. So let's do it. So I'm reading, and I am on page 132. So I think I have about 100 pages left, and I am enjoying it. Don't read the synopsis on the back. It literally spoils like half the book. This is not a long book, and it literally, like, what it says on the back has not happened fully yet. So it's just like, you know, it's gonna happen. It's kind of boring. I'm not gonna tell you a bit more. It's about, it's basically a bit about human trafficking or baby trafficking in China. Whereas I googled this, so it seems to be like a real thing. Whereas the government took babies from poor families that couldn't pay the fee because they got a second child, and like sold them that white people adopted. In this case, a woman in America adopted her and brought her there, and then it's about her father trying to find her with like her older sister, who's a very, very flawed character. And then they do find her, and there's different reactions to this, and it's really weird, like how I was gonna say ignorant the one who was adopted is. Like, seriously, she didn't even know that you cannot have more than one child in China. Like, she didn't even know that. And I'm not saying she needs to know everything about Chinese culture and etc. Like, she at least like actually studied the language, which I never did. I never got the chance to, by the way. Like, obviously I can learn it now, but like my parents never, like, you know, gave me that option. Either way. But like, she didn't even know that you could only have one child in China. I was like, how can you not know that? I'm pretty sure like that's common knowledge. And she's so privileged and so like, she's not even like a rich person. She's just so judgmental of them. And I'm just like, girl, hate to see that. But maybe I would have been the same. I don't know. I'm just inserting myself into this book a lot because I'm literally adopted from China, 2 white families. So it's, yeah. And I was just like, yeah, just, I don't even know how I ended up in an orphanage. So who knows, you know? Which is also really weird to think about. But it's like still interesting. But the writing is so bothersome to me. It's written really juvenile, really like, it feels much younger than it is in a way, whereas like it's really serious. It's just really written out, like everything is told to you. There's nothing like left open to interpretation. It's really like they're telling you everything. Like it's talking to you a bit like you're stupid. It's like really like writing out everything. And I don't like how it's written at all. It's actually really annoying. Whereas the story could be like, it is interesting. And obviously like how the author has written the adopted one, I like she did it on purpose, obviously, like that she would have all these judgmental things and be privileged. Like some people are probably like that, but I was just very shocked by it, which is like, you know, it's fine. Like it's not like just because a character's privileged she cannot like the book she's in. I don't know. But yeah, I feel really bad mostly for the older sister that's been with her father all these years, who has been abusing her. It's really sad. So far, like, I'm into the story. I have, as I said, 100 pages left. And like, it's not a bad book, but the writing is bothersome. But it's interesting. It's about a topic I feel like I heard about before, but I like haven't looked into it, I feel like, or I did and then I forgot, and now like I remembered again. I was like, shit. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep reading and I will give you thoughts when I'm done, I guess. Hello, it's quite late and I might actually probably maybe go to bed. I'm actually planning to read more, but I just want to say I finished the book earlier on sprints, and again it didn't really hit. It had like so much potential, but so many things was done weird for me, and the ending was weird. But I guess like I like that. I just feel like it needed better writing and just more build of what it became. Stuff wasn't developed enough for me. So yeah, I think I'm giving that 3 stars as well, but it's definitely higher 3 stars than all the others. It's my favorite of all of them. But I'm gonna film on clip for this tomorrow as well, so you can hear my final thoughts then. Also, you can see how dirty my glasses is in this. Hate to see it. See me then, and how am I alive? Because I didn't sleep, basically. But yeah. But here we are. So see you tomorrow. Hello. So we're actually in the last clip for this vlog, as I promised, and it's actually been like 2 days, 3 days. I didn't film it the next day, as I said, but I'm gonna like quickly rank and talk about like my final thoughts for the books I read for this vlog. So obviously my thoughts haven't been like super positive because I didn't end up actually enjoying the books that much, which is a bit sad. But like overall, they mostly had in common was that they all jumped in time a lot. They all were told from many point of views, except like of course my American sister. And there was just like a messy story in there. They made me feel a lot. They made me feel engaged as much as I want to. So they all ended up being like 3-star reads, like really meh books in general. Like I probably will forget that I read most of them and not recommend them. Oh god. Camera was like, you're being mean, so we are not happy with what you're saying. But overall, like I don't regret reading them. I'm really grateful that I got them. I'm really grateful to get the opportunity to read them for free and all that, of course. But it's just, I'm not gonna force myself to say or like a book just because I got them, you know? So I need to speak the truth. And the truth was that I didn't really enjoy them that much. I wish I had. I wish they were all 4-star, 5-star reads for me. 5 stars is a really rarity though, but I wish, but alas, here we are. So the first book, The End of All Skies, confusing, too many point of views, really short, and I wish like we had explored much more of like the different characters in there because they were really cool. But since we had like 12 point of views and everyone got like 2 chapters each, and then I didn't really like get the point of the story in the end. So yeah, I think I would like even lower my rating for that one, like 2.5, which is a bit sad. Then we had House on Color Sombra, which I did enjoy like this family, but it was too much jumping back and forth, too many characters. Really needed a family tree in there. Yeah, it was cool. But the story again disappears a bit because it just drags on and on as well, and I just wish we could explore cool parts, wish we had follow more closely like one part of the family more, or just had the story in a chronological order where like we had jumped a few years and then see where the family was later. Wish that, but could still appreciate parts of it, so I'm giving this 3 stars because I did care at that point. Further in the colony, wish I cared about more. This was a mess for me, to be honest. Now I'm just like, did I even read a book? Which is like, sounds really bad, but I don't know if that says more about the book or about me or both. Wish I cared. There was some parts that was engaging. Again, wish we had just told the story chronologically and just had them be like, we are here now. Like the prologue could be like in the future, the rest please just, yeah. Sometimes I like time jumps. It's not that, it's just don't skip so much time in like, I don't even know where we was at this point in this book, to be honest. My American sister, wish it was written better and explored the themes here more. Wish all the characters didn't feel like, I was gonna say like a paper character, like they were all like they're gonna act like this and they're gonna be like this forever. It was just really weird. And I wish the synopsis doesn't say what the whole book is about before you start reading it, because the whole plot is behind here. You don't really get any surprises, so disappointing as well. Even though you feel really much for the characters, I feel like again they were feeling really like cardboard characters. It was a bit annoying and I didn't like how it was written, but it had the most enjoyment of them all. So 3 stars, but highest 3 stars than The House on Color Sombra. So the first one 2.5, then 3, then I think 2, and then 3. I guess you could rank them like this: American His Sister, and then House, and then End of All Skies, and then A Flutter in the end. I feel bad for this because I feel like maybe I read it when I was too tired. It might have been a bit for me, my problem, but alas, I wasn't enjoying myself either way. So I'm sorry. That is my reviews. That is what I got to say about these books. Again, very eternally grateful to Penguin Random House C. Thank you so much for sending all these to me. Now I did it. I read all of them and yay. I think that's all I want to say. Leave a penguin emoji down below if you enjoyed this. You shall see me soon in a new video, and check out my Patreon down below if you want to support my channel further, and you shall see me soon. Bye!